What's going on, guys? Travis with REC Garage, and in this video I'm going to be doing a bunch of different things. I blow apart the roadster pickup, I move the shop around again, and I got a new tool, and I'm going to be doing a review for you, so stick around. It's going to be a good one. All right, guys, so I've been cleaning up here, kind of making room for stuff. Package up the Model A because I am getting some other stuff coated, and Chris actually came and picked the stuff up. So I sent pretty much my whole front end, plus a couple things. Like, he did the shackles for the front spring. He also has the shackle hanger, clamp, whatever you want to call it, for the rear spring. He's got my spindles. He's got the axle, wishbone, tie rod ends, you know, whatever he can do. We'll see what happens. But I just gonna knock on the garage door, and it was a UPS guy, and I haven't ordered anything. And so I open it up, it's addressed to me, and I forgot, well, I didn't forget. It was like 2 days ago, I was messaging, corresponding with the guys and gals over at Vevor Tools. They wanted to send me something, so I picked something out. And it's already here. It's like 2 days. I didn't even get like, hey, it's coming your way. Nothing like that. It just showed up. They must have done next day shipping. But I'm going to show you because I know you guys really want me to have one of these. Not this specific thing, but something like it. So, might be saying, what the heck is that? This, it's a jack, but it's not any kind of jack. It's an air jack. Uses a big air spring. It looks like this, it could go on an 18-wheeler. I picked this thing out and I was like, this thing is really cool. And it's hopefully going to be better than that piece of crap that always comes down on me while I'm trying to do stuff. So, first impressions, this thing's pretty beefy. I don't know exactly how this one goes together, but we will find out. Let's see here. Main body, connecting rod 2. This 5,000 kilograms? Yeah, I don't know. I'll look up the specs and put it in there. This is the specs, but I don't know. Yeah, minimum height 5.7 inches. Maximum height goes up to 15.75 inches. Lifting time 5 seconds. Capacity though, 5.000 kilograms. I think it's supposed to be 5,000 kilograms. I think this was 11,000 pounds. So I don't think I use anything here that will need 11,000 pounds, but I have it if I need it, which is cool. So I'm excited to get this thing together, and I'll test it out. All right, so I got this thing put together. It takes 4 nuts and bolts, 2 nuts and bolts up here, and then 2 tightening screws for the second part of the handle. Install was pretty easy, but they use this industrial style, and of course, I should be using the industrial style, but for some reason, when I did everything for my compressor, I used the automotive style. And now I have to switch everything over that I get that's Air Tools because they always come with this one. And they like Loctite it in there, so that was kind of a pain in the ass to get out. But it's not their fault. Most people have that connection. So install so far, it's pretty good. Easy. Comes pretty much all together besides the handle. Let's see. I think, is Is that how you store it? Okay, yeah, okay. So you just kind of stand it up out of the way when you're not using it. It's not the most stable thing. I just pushed it a little bit and the thing fell over. So if I was going to do anything with it, I'd like lean it up against a wall or something like that. Then it's not going to move. But I wouldn't feel safe just putting it in the middle of the shop because it's going to fall over. But it's got this to protect the buttons and everything. So let's hook some air to it and see how fast it jacks things up. I'll jack up on the front end of this 36 right now because it's like in the open and you can see everything. But it's really not heavy. I don't have anything heavy right now and it's raining. So maybe tomorrow if I get a chance, I'll like lift up my wife's car. But let's test this out first on the 36. All right, so this thing's really easy to move around. It's not heavy. It's kind of heavy, but all the weight's near the pivot point anyway, so that's nice. It's got a nice soft pad here, so you're not gonna like be ruining anything. All right, first impressions, nothing leaks. Oh, this is gonna be fun. There it is. Cool. So it doesn't lift as high as I thought it was going to. I know it said 15 inches and that's 15 inches. It's definitely enough to get the wheels off the ground. Okay, so I do like this jack more than a hydraulic jack. A, because it's fun, and B, it's quicker and you don't have to use any energy. Literally just pull this knob. Shut that one off. Pull this one. And it goes up. That's it. Flip that. And it goes down. Doesn't go down as fast as a hydraulic jack does. But it still goes down. And that's kind of nice. You don't drop things too fast by accident. All right, so also a couple other things I like about this air jack compared to a regular jack. And I'm comparing it to one that works. I know this one doesn't work as well as it should, but of course I've used plenty of these. This, you hear that? Yeah, me neither. This, you hear that? Yeah, I can't hear anything anymore because it's so loud. That's a plus. So, and also, this jack works fine with no load on it, so this test will be fine. How long it takes to get to full height? That's not an accurate test. The exhaust was on. Restart. All right. Testing speed at which you can get to full height. 1, 2, about 2 seconds. This one, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. About 10 seconds, no load. Obviously, it's going to be more pumps and more time with a load. This is still far and away faster. Going down is a different story. This is quicker. But like I said before, I don't think going down, you should want to go down fast, because you accidentally can turn this and the whole vehicle can bam slam down. That's not that good. This on the other hand goes down slow. I like that. But a con for this, doesn't go as high. So both of these are fully extended, and let's see. Oh, we can do this. Rubber pad is about 16, and this is 20. So you get 4 more inches with this style hydraulic jack. So overall, I think I like this style better. And I don't use jacks a whole lot, but when I do, I feel like I'd like this one better. And also there's a large base here, obviously not including just the pad. All around here is nice and flat. So if you had to put blocks on top of this to get some extra height, you have a nice big base to put some wood on, and create a higher platform than this tiny 4.5 inch circle, as opposed to this 9.5 inch circle. It's just going to be more stable if you had to add wood on top, which, you know, we all had to do it. And I take that into account. So yeah, I don't know. I like this a lot. It's just me. Some people are going to like the hydraulic better, but I don't know. I haven't tried one of these, and so far, I like this one better. All right, so another pro about this is you don't need all the room, like, to swing a jack handle. If you're getting under something tight like this, you're jacking up a rear end, you don't have the room to jack up. You keep hitting the body. You don't need that. And if you're in a tight space, like say you needed to jack up the front, and this is the room you're working with, slide it in there, hit it. There's no action required, so you can do it in really tight spaces. So I'm just going to jack up the rear of this. That's actually really nice. That's actually pretty high. If you're jacking up from a rear end. This was on the Go Jacks, and you get that much room underneath it. That's 2 of my hands width, at least. So that's actually quite a bit. And I like the slow, controlled action down. That's actually really nice and convenient. All right, so overall, I do like this. I think I'm going to use it more than my hydraulic jack. Like I said earlier, it's quieter. It's got a larger base, and it's just fun to use. I think the biggest negative that this does have is that it doesn't have some way to roll as it's jacking something up. Because as you know, when you jack with a jack or hydraulic jack, when you're lifting something up, the jack wants to roll in because whatever you're lifting is moving away as you're lifting up. This has no way of rolling forward. So we'll see what happens there. I think the bag can tilt and keep constant flat surface area on the item when it's being lifted up. So I think that's what combats that. But I would like to see one of these with wheels on it also for that application, or some kind of cam system to lock the wheels down. Another set of wheels up here. Maybe put these wheels on a cam. Lock the wheels down if you're rolling, if you're jacking something up that's not going straight up, that's going in an arc. Maybe something like that, but I don't think it's too big of an issue. I don't know, I really like it. So I'm gonna be using this a lot and probably throwing my other jack away because it just doesn't work. I tried to fix it, it's still broken. So that's it for this. Go check these guys out, Vevor Tools. They get some cool stuff like this. Here we go. So thank you, Vevor Tools, for sponsoring the channel. Let's get on to more shop stuff. So I'm doing a little moving of some stuff. Again, I'm moving the bench. And since I move stuff all the time, I figured I'd throw it on some casters. You know, I think it'd be better for everybody if this thing's on casters. It's heavy enough that if I'm working on it, I don't think it's gonna move. I don't know. I'm gonna have to figure out some way. I should have got locking ones, but I didn't, and I'm just gonna go with it. If I need to change them out to locking ones, you know, I'll figure that out down the road. But as of right now, it's just gonna be all 4 swivels. I was gonna do 2 non-swivel, but since this is a tight shop and I'm not gonna be moving this table that often, I think I'll be okay with 4 swivel casters. And I've used these casters in the past, and these are really nice casters. They're not like those other cheap casters that, like, if you try to move it and it just moves where it wants to go. That's kind of like how the casters on this dolly is down there. It's all 4 swivels, and it just kind of moves wherever it wants to. You really got to persuade it to get it going in the right direction. And even when you get it going in that direction, it's just in that direction. You got to kind of mess with it. I haven't had that issue with these casters before, so I'm going to put them under the table, and it should be good. It's 8 inches from where it mounts to the top of the wheel. So I'm not going to be cutting out 8 inches from the bottom. I'm going to cut out 5. No, it's 7.5. Is that what it was? It's 7.5. So I'm going to take out 5 from the bottom. That means I don't have to mess with that brace down there. I can kind of leave it welded in. Just cut 5 inches off and weld the caster on. So it's kind of got to be what I'm doing right now. You know, clean everything off the bench, move it off, kind of pull the bench out a little bit so I can get to all 4 corners. And, you know, I'm not sure how exactly I'm going to do it. I might honestly take the bandsaw off this little nice little stand I got and do it that way. That might be the best bet. Yeah, I don't know, we'll figure it out. Alright, so I got my casters here, and I noticed that one was a little different. It was in a bag, but I was like, everything feels different. See how the Zerk fitting is in the bolt on these? Sorry. The Zerk fitting is in the bolt on these 3, and the Zerk fitting is on the wheel on this one. So I said, it's a dang 1/4 inch short. So one of my legs, I gotta make sure I cut a 1/4 inch. I gotta cut a 1/4 inch less off of one leg, so it'll be a 1/4 inch longer, making up for the shortness of this little wheel here. They're all 6x2s, but for some reason, this arm dimension is smaller. Could go back, return it, and swap it out, but it's too late for that tonight. As you can see, it's pitch black on all the windows. And, you know, I'm not going to start a project and stop. I'm going to finish it. So, I'm just going to make the leg a little longer. Whoop-de-doo. It's all good. So, yeah, that's it. All right, so this worked out, I think, a little better than I wanted to, because it just, no, it's not, well, it's almost too easy to move. But I don't know. I'll figure it out. I'm not really ever wrenching on stuff on the table. I don't know. If it begins to move, I'll cut a couple off and put locking ones on there, but I don't think I'm gonna need to. I think it'll be all right. And it's a nice couple inches higher. It's nice for me, nice working height. It's right at my, a little under my hip, but let's see what it is. I got a tape measure over here somewhere. All right, the working height's 41 inches. It ain't too bad. I think it's a nice height where I can stand up and do stuff and not have to be hunching over, really. And that seat was always a little too high. So when I was sitting here, my thighs were kind of like rubbing this lip. So maybe now I'll be a little bit away from that. Yeah, this is really in preparation. So when I have to move this table, every time I move it, it's not a pain in the butt. I can just kind of move it by myself because it's going there where that tool is now and that big block of wood. So, because that tool's going here, you know, got to make space, got to make room, always changing things. But now it's a mess in here. I need to put all this stuff back under the table. All right, I got everything back under the bench for now. Most of it's on wheels, so it's no biggie when it comes to moving that stuff. Hopefully Ken's coming down tomorrow, help me with some wood projects, and maybe we can get the new tool in place and the bench over yonder. All right, so Ken did show up today. I forgot the camera in the house and I was just busy BSing with him. I didn't record any of it, but you know, you get the gist. I kind of move stuff around. I'll show you what happened. And I finally have a door for that, the parts room. So now, you know that right there used to be the new tool. Now it is my fab bench on the wheels, and it was such a dream to move this over here. I've moved this 6 or 7 times just in the shop alone, and it was a bear to move without casters. Now, I got no problems. If I have room, I'll just move it to the middle of the shop and work on stuff in the middle of the shop and then push it over at the end of the day. It's that easy to move. So I got that there. My welder is next to it here. It's kind of nice because my 220 plug is right behind there, and it probably will reach. You know, and roads are pickup, obviously blown apart right there. Nothing too major other than the bench was moved, but that allowed me to put the new tool kind of where it's going to live. Censored material right there. So this big post is actually going to stand up about right here, right next to the door. And look at this beautiful door. We're thinking it's probably, I didn't actually talk to Ken about this door. He probably knows more, but I talked to another friend of mine, and he said it's probably 20s to 50s era. And I did a little bit of research, and it looks like it could be like definitely close to the 40s. I think they call them bungalow doors or something like that. Usually they're 5-panel. This is a 6-panel. So I don't know. Nerding out on doors. Nobody really cares. But look at that sweet handle I got for it. It's a new handle. It's not an old-timey handle, but it definitely looks the part. And it closes so nice in the action of this handle. I don't know. Apparently it's a very nice brand. When Ken was installing it, he was like, oh, it's a so-and-so handle. That's why it's so nice. Don't remember the brand, but probably doesn't matter. But now it's all sealed up. The only thing I have to do is deal with this. I think I'm either going to shove some insulation in here or do door and window spray foam. That'll seal up this, because I feel a little bit of wind, especially when I have the door open on the side. Like, you get a cross breeze and you can really feel it. But, oh, it's freezing in here. I gotta turn the heat up. But yeah, I'm really excited to have a door in here. I got my rear section in here. I don't know. I think it's just cool. And I think I'm going to have some graphics made for this door, probably in the center one here. I'll probably have my full name and like antique sheet metal restorations. Maybe put Road Alliance Customs in there or something. I don't know. I'll probably do my name and then antique sheet metal restorations and when it was established. I don't know. I think it'd be pretty cool. Just because it's like an old-timey door. I don't want to put RAC Garage on it. I think that would just be kind of lame. So I'll just put my whole name and like what I do. Kind of like the doors for like, they would be frosted glass for like a law firm or something like that. They'd have law offices of blah, blah, blah. Kind of like that, but for me. A cheap version of that. So that's kind of what's going on here. Not too much working on cars, but got some things done, preparation, so I can do things faster and better, especially when I get that new tool up. I can't wait to show you guys a video on that. I'm saving everything for the end. I know like 90% of you have probably guessed it and seen it in the background of videos and like, oh, I know what it is. Why isn't he just telling us? Yeah, because it's been a secret up until now. Why am I just gonna like spill the beans before the video comes out? So, you know, I'll leave it to those who don't know what it is. I'll leave the mystery. So, thanks for watching, guys. I'll catch you on the next video. I appreciate you guys.